everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Lynn from Subparplanning, and today's video I'm going to just show you kind of how I set this happy half notes up, I guess is what people are calling it. If you have been active on social media, and most people in the planner community are, the Fobonichi or the Happy Hobonichi or the Phobo Happy Nichi. It's got a lot of different names, but it's basically just a it's a version of the Hobonichi Weeks, which is actually significantly smaller planner. It's probably about 7 1/4 inches in in length, and in width I think it's like I want to say it's like maybe 4.5 inches. So it's kind of small, about the size of a wallet. So anyways, it's actually really cute, and I love them. But I've pretty much invested most of my cash in the Happy Planner system because I've got multiple discs and stickers and papers and stuff like that. So that's kind of the direction that I'm going to stay in. So I jumped on the same train as everybody else. The planner community always finds a fun train to ride, and when we're all riding it together, we're all having a great time. So that's what this video is about. It's about this setup. A couple of different ideas I got from different people, different planners on YouTube. A couple of things I just thought, well, I might as well give it a shot and see if I like it. So today, this is kind of what I've come up with. Obviously, I still feel like it needs some work. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I could do something more with it. So, you know, who knows? It'll probably change again, but this is what it is for now. So, welcome to my channel. If you've, this is your first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is your returning, you keep coming back, check them out. Thanks so much for coming back. And this is the Happy Planner, half weeks, half sheet notes, notebook. And so there's a couple of things that I changed out. First, I changed out the discs that came with this originally. These are tulle. They're pretty kind of like a pink, pale pink. They're solid, and they are plastic. But I changed these out. These are 1-inch diameter discs, and I think the half notes came with like a 1/2-inch diameter. It's a really pretty gray disc with the heart cut out. But I thought I'd change this up a little bit just to give me a little extra room if I need it. And then this is one of the tool pens that I bought. Sorry, taking so long. This is one of the tool pens I bought. This is the pale pink. This is the white barrel with a pale pink gel, which is where you would write to hold. And it's a ballpoint pen. It's a medium point, and it's a blue ink. It's actually really nice. I like it. I like a ballpoint pen. I know a lot of people like the gels because they write smoother, but I actually like ballpoint. I just feel like if it writes well, then I'm all for it. This is a clip that I got from Target. This is the Hearth and Home collection from Magnolia Farms when they collaborated with Target. I think they're actually still there. It's actually a fridge magnet. So what I did was I just popped the magnet out. Now I just use it to clip on things on my planner. I think that's the only one I did that with. It's been scratched up. So one of the ideas that I saw that was kind of intriguing to me was At Home with Kita. Marquita, she has a YouTube channel, and that is actually her name, At Home with Kita. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but she's got some really great planner videos. If you've never seen her videos, I highly recommend them. She really likes to think outside the box when it comes to her planners, and she's constantly changing her planners, which I think is fantastic. I find that I suffer from, I have this, I'm going to use it, that's the end of it. And so it's really nice to watch her videos because she's really inspiring. So what she did was she went to Hobby Lobby and she picked one of the monthly notebooks. It's one of their traveler's notebooks. So this is the monthly from Hobby Lobby. I haven't used it because I don't know if I'm going to use it. The thing that I like about this though is that it's basically a couple of empty pages, a month, a couple of empty pages, and a month. There's 12 months in here, and there's like, I don't know, 36 blank pages in total. So all I did was I just took some vellum that's got a gold foiling flower design on it, and I just covered this. I just went over the edges, taped it down, and covered it. I just wanted to kind of give a different design element to it. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use this in this. I kind of like the way it looks on the cover, but I also like the idea that I can just attach some leftover laminate scraps on here and just stick it in the planner, just have it attached and still have the cover shown. and you're not going to know. But what I decided to do before I got this was I actually just went for it and made my own monthly pages on the half sheet pages. So one of the other things I did was I took some ribbon from Hobby Lobby and I just made my own little planner clip. This has been in multiple videos. It's not a big deal. It's just like wrapped up and glued in place. I just thought it was kind of cute. The other thing that I did was I made these little planner clips. So these are from Hobby Lobby. It's their like, it's not crepe paper. It's like pulp paper that's been formed into flowers. So all I did was I took those little teeny tiny clothespins because they're adorable, and I just hot glued these on here just to give some design elements. And I just put the three together, and I did the same thing with these guys. And all of these flowers actually had these little rhinestones on them, but I kind of picked them off because I didn't think they all needed it, and I think that's kind of cute. So that's what that looks like. So as you can see, they're all just like little teeny tiny baby clips. So they're really cute. So this is the original cover of the Happy Planner, and that's when you pick this up in stores, this is the cover you get, and then you get the gray discs. So that's all I changed out was the discs. So then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do next. So what I did was I had some die cuts from Tim Holtz, and I decided to change that up. So I made myself some clear dividers, and basically all I did was just lined it up on the thing, laminated it, punched it, and I just kind of fussy cut it around this a little bit. And I just thought it would be kind of nice to kind of help let the planner show through and maybe kind of keep things kind of on the more minimal side, because I have a tendency to just throw a bunch of crap in a planner. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It usually looks like half-ass, which is part of the reason why my channel is named Subpar. So I decided to do that, and I made 3 dividers. I made this one, and this is the other one that I made. So they all kind of stick out a little bit, but they don't stick out past the notebook edge, which is nice. So they're here, and then I can just flip to whatever section I want. This is a pocket that I made. This actually is paper from Hobby Lobby from, I want to say it's like a botanical pack, and it's kind of cool. It was like butterflies and like specimens and stuff like this, but I kind of liked how one sheet was black, one sheet was white. So I just kind of did a white background, black pockets. I just measured this to the typical sheet size. I made it a tiny bit longer, and then I just measured this. I think this is folded over. Let me get that out of the way. This pocket is folded over, so this is one sheet of paper, as you can see. I just glued it. This sheet here is, I want to say, 9 inches. This sheet is 9 inches across by whatever this length is. I think it's like 9 inches. So it's 9 inches this way, 9 inches this way. I fold it in half, so that brings us to 4.5 inches. So I have a 1/2 inch leeway for cutting with my punch. And then this pocket size is 8 inches. Fold it in the middle, and I decided instead of having it go straight across, I just cut it at an angle. You know, whatever you want to do. And so when I put this on, this goes to 4 inches, and so it gives me a 1/2 inch leeway for punching. So it's super easy. Nice little pocket. It's for receipts or, you know, like whatever you want to use. You can put some design elements in there. You can, you know, you can do this and be all cutesy. And hey, there you go. That's adorable. The other thing is I had this stencil kicking around, so I thought I'd just use this because this might be good for making notes or whatever. So that fit, and it fits in there. So I just kind of threw it in there. So anyways, I figured I'd make this front pocket. That's the only pocket that I made for this. I don't know if I'm going to make any more. I don't necessarily know if I need it. This is going to kind of turn into my month at a glance, kind of almost everyday carry. The only problem with this that I have at this point in time is that it is kind of big, so you can't, you're kind of stymied a little bit in the size of bag or purse or whatever you carry. But I still like the way this looks, and this is kind of, I'm still gonna keep using this, but it just gives me a little more pause into like as to what kind of bag I'm gonna use today, because I usually change my bags almost every day because I have so many of them. I feel like I need to rotate and use what I have. So this is just a little cover for May. I didn't know what to do. I just threw it on there. This is more of an experiment. I haven't really kind of, I mean, I feel like it's starting to come together, but I feel like there's a lot more that I need to do to it. So this is May, and this is the calendar that I drew out. I basically just measured it out and did my calendar. Now, a lot of people will always do like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then they'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on this side. But I work the first 3 days of every week. I always work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I do 12-hour shifts. So those days aren't really days where I actually do a lot because I'm at work most of the day. So I decided to shove 4 days a week at the front and do the 3 back here because this is where most of the action happens. So this is where most of my appointments go. This is where I run all my errands, go places, visit people, do stuff like that. So that's why this is wider on this side than that. So it's a birthday month for for someone very special to me. It's my mom. So I kind of just decorated this as a birthday spread. Also, it was Mother's Day this month. So, you know, that's kind of how I go. Like, these are all indications of like class or wherever I'm going, appointments for vets, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of how I have that set up. And I kind of like having those 3 days much wider because those are the days that I do most of my stuff. And since I have such a consistent schedule and I work just those 3 days every single week without fail, it kind of makes it easier for me. So in between, I have these empty sheets that I can fill it if I need to, and then these are the months. So this is kind of what it looks like. And I'll explain that in a second. And then July. So I only did 3 months at a time to see if I even liked the way that this was set up, or if I wanted to actually go with this option, which again is a lot easier because everything's already printed, and it's kind of nice because it has a checklist that you can keep running for the monthly, for like whatever your monthly to-dos are. So the other thing that I did was I found these half notes weekly sheets, the weekly plans. I think I found these at Joann's. So it says weekly plans. It's lined. It's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on it. And so what I was thinking about doing was behind my monthly page, I was going to add these if something changed or if something was happening. Like maybe I have a couple of appointments to have someone come look at the house, or I have appointments to go do stuff. Then I could fill out my appointments, and then that way when I'm here, I can see if something's coming up. But you know, honestly, I've been kind of avoiding like making plans and stuff with like house appointments and things like that because the weather's been so chaotic here. It's like you make an appointment with somebody and they can't come out because it's like pouring rain. So, I haven't, you know, I think these are nice to have and I might use them at some point, but they're just in case I need to fill something out, or, you know, say I'm someplace and I have to make an appointment, then I can just write down the week that appointment is and then just write down on this day what time it is. And at least that way I have something to remind myself. These little numbers are kind of cute. These are from, these were actually part of the spare parts line at Hobby Lobby, excuse me. They have numbers in them, I think it was 1 through 0. And so I bought 2 packages of them so I can do all the months of the year. So these are actually kind of cool. They lay flat against the paper, and you could use these to like indicate your month and like in like your hobo weeks, like on the side. I just did it on the top. So I've got 5, 6, and 7 for the days of the month. So, yeah, the weekly plans I think will kind of come in handy at some point. I also like that this is dotted grid on this side, so if I need to fill something out, I can. Then I go to June, which isn't decorated yet, some space, the July, which is not decorated yet, and then some space. So then we come up to my next divider that I made. So this is it, and again, it sticks out just a little bit, but not too far. And this goes into my expense tracker, which I'm going to start using beginning of the month of June. So it's going to basically allow me to write down what I've spent, how I spent it, like cash, debit, credit. And then on this side, I want to say that this side had oh my gosh, sorry, my hands are dry. The bill pay checklist. So this is where I'm going to fill all the bills that are due in the month of June. Thankfully, that's probably enough, if not too many. But whatever. It'll give me a chance to put down the name, the due date, what it is, if I paid it. I might actually do a hash mark in between each of these to show that it's gone through. Because sometimes there's a little bit of a delay at my bank. Like I'll go through on Friday, but I won't see it actually posted until Monday. It kind of annoys me, but it's a credit union, so there you go. This is a little note section so I can write down whatever I need. And then, so I threw a couple of expense trackers in here for that specific purpose to kind of see where I'm spending my money for the month of June. And it's probably going to be pretty frightening. So there's that section. And again, I like this because I can do this on the go. I can go into the car, write down what I spent, and just be done with it. And then this is my third divider. Again, it's the clear laminate, and then I just put this pretty little rose on here and then just flip it over. I kind of am kicking myself a little bit for not having at least kind of colored that in a little bit with like some ink or something because it's blaring white, but it's fine. I'll show that in a second. So then these are some of the half sheet notes from the Wrong collection. Super adorable, and I just love that. It's just so cute. So I have a couple of those sheets in here just for like note taking. And then this is the other part of the set. So the Wrong collection, I think it comes with 60 sheets. Ooh. Yeah, I think maybe it's 30 sheets. It's either 60 or 30. So half of it comes with this design. and then half of it comes in this pretty color purple with this design on it. And so I threw in a couple of each because I thought that was pretty. And then I picked up these half sheet notes from, I think, Hobby Lobby, and I just liked them because they actually really match the inside of this planner really well. So I have a couple of those on there, and then I have a couple extra of the weekday plans in case I need them. And then I have these fold-out sheets in case I need them, in case I need to write something significant. So all I did was I took these sheets. These are full size. I think this is a classic size. I just folded them in half. Well, not quite in half because obviously it's a 1/2 inch here clearance, but I just folded them up to there, and then I have those. And then the only other thing that I've done is I have this little pouch that I got. I think I got it from the Target Dollar Spot. It's a cute little foiled canvas on one side. I stuck on one of those 3, this is from the Socialite. This is a Socialite collection. It's that little gingham pink check, and it's the pre-punch. So I just literally stuck it on here, and this I can use to hold like some change or whatever. And I don't really know if I like it because this part sticks out and it kind of drives me a little bonkers, but I kind of just threw it back here for my expense tracker. So if I need to, I can put like a receipt in here, or, you know, maybe I need to use a credit card for some specific purpose. I try not to carry credit cards in my wallet because it gives me, it's the temptation to spend is there. So I try not to do that. So yeah, that's kind of how it's set up for now. I mean, obviously it'll change. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use this, but if I do, I just kind of clip it to this, and then that's how it stays. And then I just take this and I slide it through. Oops. I slide it through here. And that kind of just holds it into place. And that's kind of like my pen holder. And the thing is because the clip goes in, it's not sticking out on the sides, so it's still fairly protected. And then I just pop this, you know, wherever. Well, maybe right here. We'll put it right here for now. Why not? And I like it because it's floppy, so it'll just bend. It's not like a bow, which is kind of stuck there. So this is it. See how that hangs out? I don't know if I really like that. So this is how I did my half sheets. Hobonichi, whatever you want to call it. I can't even stand the way it sounds when it comes out of my mouth. It's an annoying word. So that's my half sheet happy notes. And we'll give it a try. I mean, I'll list a try for the month. I mean, I'm obviously still using my mini planner, but I find that sometimes I forget to bring it with me. I forget to fill it out. At least maybe this will give me the inspiration to bring it out with me, fill it out as I go, and then I can come home and transfer information into my mini planner because I like my mini planner. I'm not ever going to go any bigger. This is big for me. I don't plan on going any bigger than the mini. So there's that. And then this is this is still a work in progress. This is my knitting pattern book. So I'm still working on it, but this is the cover, the Happy Planner cover. And I turned it backwards because I really don't like the wording on it. So I turned it backwards, and I got this from Joann's. It was on clearance. It was like $2.99. So I was like, well, why not? So I put some rose gold mini discs that I had, and I put it together. And then this is my knitting needle inventory. So this tells me what I have. So I have to go to the craft store and get stuff. I can find it. My double pointeds, and then my circulars. And then this is just a quick little page that I found on Patton's website. And it basically tells you what all of the abbreviations are for things in case I can't remember, or if I'm someplace where I don't have access to the internet or whatever to look it up. And then these are all the patterns that I found. These were all free patterns downloaded from either Lion Brand Yarns or from Patton. So I printed them out in color so I could actually see everything. And I know that this is kind of tiny, but I don't wear glasses. I don't have problems seeing. So it's kind of nice. I can just take this, put this in my lap and knit. So those are a couple of patterns that I've gotten. I've just cut everything down. So it's kind of a pain in the butt cutting it down to size because of the way it prints. But what I do is I print this I pick a pattern that I like and I print it. And when I go into my printer settings, I print 2 pages on 1 page. So it shrinks everything down pretty much almost automatically for me to the right size. So I've got mostly knitting patterns in here. I'm going to try to learn how to crochet at some point. But these are all my patterns that I have so far. And we'll see how they come out. I'm in the process of making something. This is something I got from the store. You get those for free. I just trimmed it down and punched it. So that's my knitting. That's my little knitting project book. I like it because I can use expander discs and I can make this as big as I want, and it's small enough that I can fit into my knitting bag without having like a bunch of papers flying around, and it's all pretty contained in here. And then this is the tarot book that I made. This is the cover that I made out of some paper pad that I got, I think, from AC Moore, or maybe it was Michael's. And then this is something that I made that was in my book. I made some paperclip charms with the way that I make my paperclip charms with the turn. They're hard to make, and some people have asked me. I've gotten some DMs and some messages about these that people want to learn how to make them, and it's hard to make, especially on camera, because there's a lot of like twisting and turning. But I'll try to get something up like that at some point when I have some time to devote to it. So this is just a pocket that I made to put things in. These are all the little things, the printouts that I got from Pinterest. And then here is the book. Now, as you can see, I haven't actually done anything in it because I suck. So I need to get on that. I haven't done anything for the month of May, so I'm hoping that maybe June, which is right here, will afford me the opportunity to actually start doing it again, because I was actually doing pretty good. I managed all the way through, I think, the end of February, and then I kind of dropped the ball again. So this is just the monthly. There's no dailies. And then if I wanted to write down something that I thought was interesting, or if I want to do like the card of the day and what the meaning was, or maybe reflect on, this is the card I picked this morning, this is what happened today, I have the note pages in it. I didn't put any pockets in here because I don't plan to. This is just a simple, basic little Happy Planner cover that I made that I stuck on here with some charms. So I've got like my astrological sign, my little crazy cute little unicorn, and one of my favorite ones, which is my skull. And so that's what those things are. So I have been working on some stuff, trying to figure out what I want to do, how do I want to do it, what I want it to look like, just like everybody else. And, you know, you find your groove eventually. It's just, you got to be patient and hope you find it. So anyways, I hope everything's good wherever you are. I hope you're getting some sun, or a little bit of sun, or hopefully not as much rain. This has been a really wacky weather pattern. So anyways, remember, pointing right at you. You are loved, you are wanted, and you deserve to be here. Don't let anyone tell you different. So I hope everything finds you well. I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Bye, everybody. Bye.